'Twas the night before Christmas, and throughout all of Faerun, not a creature was stirring, not an ogre nor ooze. For tucked deep in the west, in the town Neverwinter, a fire was kindled as it charred through the tinder. The flames, they grew larger, and they cast a warm light on the faces of the party that rested here this night. A dwarf and his brother, a gnome with a beard, a dragon and a human fighting a past that he feared. The quiet was fractured by the crackling flame, wisping over the wood, and to ash it became. The human sat staring at the deep burning coal, feeling trapped and with question, like a bound, tortured soul. For living this life without memory nor past, this human named Topher felt a void dark and vast. Across the campfire, within Topher's knapsack, sat the gnome feeling frisky with his brother at his back. Powerless he felt, for his magic was missing, thanks to Lokar, his father, and he was now reminiscing on the days of old, with just he and his brother. Simpler times they were, hunting father, no mother. No threat to Faerun, no ancient god pending reign, just a gnome and a dwarf on a two-man campaign. But it wasn't all bad, as he peered round the hearth, seeing brother and friends, agreed the loss met the worth. His brother, the dwarf, sat pensive and stern, pondering memories from death and the moment he burned. For the afterlife was harsh, no warmth found in passing, for Baal waited in darkness, harvesting all souls amassing. But in hell it made sense, seeing Baal in true form, but in Neverwinter, amongst living, a sight far from the norm. But even with the weight of his demise and his end, he shrugged it off gracefully, surrounded by friends. The impossible happened. He cheated death and returned. With the help of his friends, his trust had been earned. The dragon, he sat, watching worry, like tide, sweep over his party and then quickly subside. For the dragon Bartholomew put his hate in the past, with the Golden Clan elder dead at long last. With a grin he remembered the victory that day, and then quickly it faded, a great cost he did pay. The life of Aisha and the respect of his friends, for the seal had been broken, bringing closer the end. With a lifetime of dwelling on a past of mistakes, Bartholomew smiled, leaving worry in his wake. In remembrance of Aisha and the help of Vaiswine, he pulled out his flute, playing a song to pass time. The fire burned down to the tune of the flute, and the party all settled with sleep absolute. The magic of Neverwinter kept the mountain snow at bay, but the cold air still permeated, bringing thoughts of Christmas Day. Benedict stood, and with the strength of a giant, threw a log in the fire as it sparked and fell quiet. He reached for his bedroll and spread it out near the glow, turning his back to the fire, and fell quiet like snow. Hamilton, warm, slumped down, closed his eyes, feeling safe and so sound in the robe of the Archmagi. Bartholomew's flute played the rest of its sound. To his bed he then went, closed his eyes, and laid down. The crackling flame picked up where the flute had went dark, creating an orchestral ambiance of dancing light and sparks. Topher laid staring, with mental wounds now scars, smiled and sighed deeply in his wondrous robe of stars. It was here in this night, in Faerun, they would witness the true meaning of friendship and trust during Christmas. For it wasn't the gifts, nor the power they brandished. It was a bond that they formed that wove this tight canvas. The colors that made it, each of them brought a strength to the painting and some weakness in spots. And that was okay, for what would come soon. It would take all that they have to save all of Faerun. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the D&D Kinda crew. It's a D&D Kinda Christmas. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and listening to our Christmas special episode of D&D Kinda. I know you might have been looking for something a little bit bigger and better, but I can assure you with the dynamic shift that's going to be taking place between the last episode where our party went shopping and what we have planned in the future, we do feel it was important to give everyone a little break, but we didn't want to just leave you high and dry, so we created this nice little poem episode to give you something to chew on. In the meantime, I know we don't normally do a lot of this, but we do want to give a shout out to our parent company, 13 Palm Trees, and the rest of the shows that we have under our banner, like Wasted Local Talent, who just received a massive shout out from a podcasting group, making a top 10 list for local podcasts. It's a huge accomplishment for our company, and it wouldn't be possible without our listeners. So thank you for everyone who's been on the show, who's been interviewed, who supports the show, who listens, anything like that. We do give our sincerest gratitude. Video Game Mythos, myself and Ryan work tirelessly on bringing you guys content in that fashion. So we do appreciate everything on that front as well. And we will also want to give a shout out to Gurus of Gaming, another great gaming podcast. We appreciate everything that they continue to bring forward on a week in and a week out. Just a lot of dedication from those guys, and for whatever shows that you might be into, whatever shows that we have on our banner that you tune into, we definitely appreciate the time and effort that you guys put into listening and supporting those efforts. Wouldn't be any episode of D&D Kinda if I didn't tell you that, for everything that we do here at our table with D&D, we do pass those things on to you guys in the form of merchandise. We have metal dice that we use here, SkullSplitter Dice, that you can buy on our website, 13palmtrees.com/merch. We have some cool t-shirts from with the characters' names from the show. If you like that, check all that stuff out on our website. And any of the other shows that you like, they all have merchandise associated with them. So check those out on our website. If you like D&D and you like our show, you might want to consider donating to our Patreon. Obviously, we appreciate your listens, whether you support us financially or not. So don't feel obligated on that front. But if you do have a couple extra dollars to spare, our tiers start at $1, and you can immediately start receiving monthly bonus outtakes with some hilarious content that we get from our episodes when we're recording that just doesn't quite make the cut. Now, that being said, $5 gets you tons of bonus content, and then moving up from there, you have tons of physical rewards, dice, custom handmade accessories, custom new t-shirts, plastic dice, just all kinds of stuff, all the way up to just books monthly from us. So feel free to check that out, patreon.com/D&D Kinda. And again, if you can't support us financially, that's fantastic. We definitely just appreciate you listening to the show. But if you can, that would be great. Last but not least, check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere that we are. We're always doing giveaways. We're always doing fun things. Finding new ways to interact with you guys is our number one priority. And then if you really want to talk to us about what's going on in the show for those hardcore fans out there, and even if you're not a hardcore fan, just kind of want to stay in tune with other people that might be into the same things that you are, we have a Discord. And it's free to join. You don't have to be supporting us financially to jump in there. So just shoot us a message on any social media form. We have that posted on our Patreon page. You should be able to grab access to that there. But if not, shoot us a message and we'll be able to get that out for you to join us and talk to not only us, but also the other listeners to the show. So you guys can discuss different theories about everything that's going on in the show. A lot of fun that's had in there. Very active community, so we definitely appreciate that. Last thing that we want to do, I can't stress this enough, and I'm sure if the rest of the party were here with me today, they would agree. D&D Kinda would not be anywhere near what it is without the support and love of not only our fans and listeners, but definitively the show is brought to you by our Patreon subscribers. The money that they put in not only goes back to getting them perks and getting them rewards, because rightfully we feel that they have earned it, but also everything that they do goes to making our show a better show in general. So what I do want to do while we have everyone here, just as an end of the year, since we launched Patreon in January of this year and we're wrapping up the year, I want to give a special shout out to the people who do support us on Patreon. I'm just going to kind of run down the list here. And if those people have subscribed on a tier to where they got to make a character in the show and they've made appearance at this point, I'm going to give them a shout out too, and I'm going to let you know who that character is. So first off, Aaron out of California. We definitely appreciate you. Aaron has actually created the character Thrak that you guys might know, being in the Chamber of Seals. Aaron, thank you so much. Alex Butera, otherwise known as Chrislix, real common character in the show. Been around since day one one of our biggest supporters and a huge friend of the show. Thank you so much. Alex Lilly, you guys might know him as Scar in the show. So thank you so much for your donation. Alex Stibler, know we've talked to you a lot about the show. Alan Perrine, Ashley Yoder, Bruce Richards, Cody Goldsmith, Corey Thompson. You'll see some stuff coming up from him soon. Hunter Guire, Jason Schaefer, Kelsa Bohan, Kristen Linger, Letitia Harper, Max Zenglein, Megan Prater, Nathan Bonner, Roger Harper, Ryan Turner. You're going to see some stuff coming up from him soon as well. Sean Montgomery, Taylor Woodbury, and last but certainly not least, we have Tony Bianconi. His character has not been introduced yet, but he has been referenced for whenever Benedict transforms into Toe Thumbs, Tony the Toe Thumbs. So all those people, we definitely appreciate the money that you guys support us with. We still definitely appreciate your listens. And everyone has been so interactive about things that they would like to see in the show, theories that they think might be happening. But what I can tell you from everyone listening, just a little bit of you know what? I'm not going to give that spoiler. Oh man, it was so close. I'm sure everyone's just dying to hear it. But anyway, everyone, we appreciate you listening. We hope you guys have a happy holidays, and we will see you guys in another 2 weeks whenever we resume this campaign.